But what if I told you that 96% of all life on Earth simply vanished? Today we're diving deep into a lost world, a time before the dinosaurs, ruled by creatures so strange they seem ripped from a fantasy novel. This is the Permian period, and if history had a highlight reel, almost all of it would be blank after this chapter. So stick around, because we're about to meet the incredible cast of characters that history nearly forgot. Picture this. No separate continents, just one enormous landmass called Pangaea, stretching from pole to pole. Giant deserts baked in the north, while lush river valleys snaked through the south. This supercontinent created a world of extremes. The air itself was different, with lower oxygen levels that pushed animals to evolve with bulging eyes, thick bones, and supersized lungs just to breathe. The plants were alien to towering 100-foot ferns and conifers that looked more like giant pineapples. Into this strange arena stepped the first true monsters. First up, the undisputed celebrity of the early Permian, Dinosaurs. And here, as a fun spoiler, this sail-backed hunter is actually more closely related to you than to any dinosaur. It's a synapsid part of the group that would eventually lead to mammals. At up to 13 feet long and sporting a steak knife smile, Dimetrodon was the apex predator. Its famous sail likely helped it warm up faster than its prey, perhaps flashing blood red in the morning sun. With a massive skull and serrated teeth designed for shearing flesh, one bite had the force to snap a modern crocodile in half. Next, let's meet the original saber-toothed terrors, the Gorgonopsians, who perfected the look 50 million years before big cats. The largest among them, Inostrancevia, grew to the size of a small bear. With forward-facing eyes for stereo vision and canine teeth nearly 5 inches long, they were built for a devastating, slashing bite. Their strategy was a short, turbocharged ambush. Prey on the dry Pangan sand rarely heard them coming before it was too late. They likely used a bite-and-retreat tactic, inflicting a deep wound and then waiting for their victim to weaken. But not every monster lived on land. In the murky rivers and swamps lurked Eriops, an amphibian the size of a pickup truck. Its backbone was locked like a girder, meaning once those powerful jaws clamped down, escape was impossible. Rows of peg-like teeth held slippery prey like fish, smaller amphibians, and even unlucky baby Dimetrodon that paddled by it. Though slow on land, Eriops was a stealthy aquatic hunter, using special sensors to detect vibrations in the water, much like sharks do today. Of course, not every giant was a meal-eater. Imagine herds of Scutosaurus cow-sized reptiles that looked like living tanks. Their name means shield lizard for a reason. Their skin was embedded with thick, bony plates, with sharp beaks for clipping tough plants. They were a vital food source for the carnivores. When threatened, they didn't run. They hunkered down, presenting a thorny, armored roof that no predator wanted to tackle. They were a challenging, if slow, meal. All good stories need a finale, and the Permian delivers the granddaddy of them all, the great dying around 252 million years ago. Cataclysmic volcanic eruptions in Siberia began spewing lava and greenhouse gases for nearly 1 million years. Temperatures soared, oceans turned acidic and lost their oxygen, and acid rain fell from the sky. In a terrifyingly short span, 96% of marine species and 70% of land vertebrates vanished forever. It was the closest life on Earth has ever come to being completely wiped out. Yet, life clung on. Among the few survivors were tiny synapsids, no bigger than rats, scurrying through the ashes. These resilient creatures were our distant ancestors. They would go on to share the planet with dinosaurs and eventually inherit it. So, every time you yawn on a hot day or shiver to get warm, you're using a physiological trick pioneered by these Permian survivors. Their age ended in fire, but their legacy lives on in us. If you enjoyed meeting Earth's original monsters, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our next trip into prehistory. And tell us in the comments, which Permian creature would you least like to meet in a dark swamp? Thanks for watching.